What's going on, FGP? We're back. I think this is episode 10 or 11. We took a little hiatus. Y'all know Josech went over to Spain, and now he's in a new country tapping in. But I'm your co-host, Seth.
I'm your coach, Josech. Like you said, man, I'm over here in Valencia, Spain. Been here about 10 days or so, I think. Got here Sunday, June 2nd. It is currently
12.
Wednesday, June 12th at 4:50 p.m. Man, it's like what, 11,
About to be
10
yeah, 10:50 here.
over there. So, hey, long story short, we making it do what it do. Man. We know
Dude,
we
one
gotta.
thing I do have, I know you talking about the time difference. I want to start on that early. What's it been like watching the finals at 2 to 5 in the morning?
Bro, I'm not okay. Realistically, like being completely honest, it's really not that bad.
Okay.
Cause like, I mean, yeah, it's been 10 days, so I could have gotten a little adjusted to the time and stuff. But realistically, since I've been here, outside of maybe the first day I was here and maybe last night-ish, 'cause I didn't like do anything crazy last night, I haven't gone to bed at a decent time here. And it's not because like I can't fall asleep or anything, like the jet lag is that bad. It's really just because like I mean, well, one of the first nights I got here, the final started like a Thursday. So I mean, they started like 2:30 a.m., which still is like 8:30 over there. So like my body didn't feel like different or anything. And then, dude, there's a lot of Clemson students here, a lot of college students in general on this trip, whether from Clemson, Ohio State, Miami, San Diego State, like Texas Tech. Like I met people from a whole bunch of different schools over here, and they enjoy going out. I would say that. And a lot of the bars and clubs here don't close till like 3:30, 4, 6, 7 in the morning. So, Dad, I'm sorry if you hear this, but yes, I've definitely been out some days till like 6, 7 in the morning. Like the other, well, I'm pretty sure Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that. I didn't get home till like 7:30 in the morning. So, but like, I mean, essentially, it's just like, I mean, that's kind of like what they do out here. Like, it's not like we were the only ones necessarily out. Like a lot of the locals stay out that late, I guess, whenever they do end up going out, or whatever the case may be. And I mean, it's been fun. Like the day I was out to like 7:30 in the morning, we went to the beach to watch the sunrise, which was like I never been up early enough to watch the sunrise before, like with a scene like that. So that was pretty cool. Took a video of it and stuff. So you said what now?
What's your first impression on Valerio, the soccer facility, and everything around there? I don't know if I'm
So
pronouncing.
actually, So actually, we went up there for the first time yesterday. Even though I've been here for about a week, a lot of other people started their internships already. Just because they're in Valencia, which is where I am, and Villarreal is like an hour from here, hour train ride. So, me and three other interns, two Clemson students, one from San Diego State. We went up there physically for the first time yesterday. And we had to make like a presentation and kind of give like some background information on the club and just like doing some research so that we could get, I guess, more information on the club and whatnot. So we went up there yesterday. We saw, I guess, technically two of the facilities. Really like we went to their international office. Um, which is probably like 15 minutes from one of their practice facilities. And then we drove to one of their two practice facilities. It has like, bro, I thought like NBA and NFL facilities were crazy with the amount of courts or fields that they may have. Bro, I kid you not. They have certain fields that you can play like 11 on 11 on, and then they have certain fields you can play 7 on 7, 4 on 4. Like, bro, they might have had like I kid you not, like 7 or 10 different soccer fields out there for like different reasons and stuff. And then like we went into like their actual like office, I guess, where like the all the administrators work and stuff like that. Got to see I didn't like talk to them, but I got to see like the office of like the general manager and like some of the other people working like in the PR and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool, bro. Their office is crazy. I mean, like they had like
After seeing
it's
real
a
suite they had from Mbappe, I figured a soccer facility's got anything. That man had TV, like bathroom bigger than my apartment complex, not complex, my apartment building. Like I've never seen anything like that.
crazy.
Soccer facility. I didn't know they did that over
Dude, they have a because I mean they don't have a salary they don't have like a salary floor or a salary cap in soccer really. Like it's just
there.
however much owner the team is willing to pay their players, they can do whatever they want with that money, whether it's put in the facilities or playing players and stuff like that. So, and actually, it's funny because Valeria, if you don't know, Villarreal is they're in La Liga, which is the Spanish league here. So they play teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, places like that. So I asked my supervisor, I asked him how he felt about Mbappe, I guess going to Real Madrid and kind of just making things a little harder for Villarreal and stuff like that. And he was actually excited to see Mbappe join La Liga just because he said it's going to bring more publicity to like their own club and stuff like that. Like it should bring like more people to the games and stuff like that. So, but no, overall, I think it's really cool. I took some videos for y'all. We're going to the stadium more than likely next week. We're gonna get a stadium tour and stuff. So
Think share with them how many people the stadium fits and how many people live in the city. I feel like that's pretty crazy stat.
So the population of Villarreal is 50,000 and the stadium seats 23,000. So basically half the city be can fit into that stadium and it'd be packed for the games, just about every game. So, and I can only imagine how much more packed it's going to be, like I said, with the addition of Mbappe joining Real Madrid and stuff like that. And Real Madrid just won the Champions League. If any of you are soccer fans, they just won basically the biggest championship you can win in the sport of soccer. It's like I guess not the World Cup because that's more country like, but as far as the actual individual clubs, they won the biggest trophy you could win. So, I mean, shout out to Real Madrid. Like I said, I'm excited to show y'all more about my experience in Villarreal, and I'll go ahead and make like a little compilation when it's all said and done. But hey, man, I'm excited. It's gonna be a great rest of the
Looking
six.
forward to seeing the behind the scenes and all that.
You said what?
We're looking forward to seeing the behind the scenes and everything.
Facts, facts. But getting back over to the American sports, I wanted to I don't know if you watched, but well, I know you watched the Clemson game against Florida. Unfortunately, Clemson didn't get past the super regional round in the College World Series for baseball. But you see the shirt I got on, Kentucky, the Batcats, for the first time ever made the College World Series. They play NC State next Thursday. So good luck to the Cats and everything. I didn't get to watch too many of their games, but you said what?
Or ACC, for SEC schools. How you feel about that? Which conference is going to come out on top? ACC, SEC.
I don't know, because I mean, looking at it, I didn't follow the season too much this year, but like I've seen bits and pieces. Literally all eight teams are really, really, really good. I mean, North Carolina has had a great year. I think their shortstop, I can't remember his name, but he's supposed to get drafted. Tennessee is actually really, really good. I think they got like 52 or 54 wins. I'm actually kind of scared to see them if we end up seeing them. Um, NC State, like I said, I will say shout out to North Carolina, the state of North Carolina. They got Chapel Hill and NC State in there. So even though NC State not too fond of them, congratulations to them and everything. But I mean, you know me, I'm an SEC guy. So I hope to see an SEC team win, but I wouldn't be mad if an ACC team won because I mean, still the home conference, I guess you could say. So I'm excited though. I'm actually gonna watch as a little much as I can. So
It'll be exciting. It'll be exciting. But enough of the small talk. We do have some pretty big news that happened this morning. The NBA logo, Jerry West actually passed away at 86 years old. Just want to give our condolences to his family, say RIP. I mean, you have the logo of basketball passing away. Do you have one or two things you want to say about that or anything?
yeah, I mean, I saw that, happen a few hours ago. 14-time NBA All-Star. I mean, two-time Executive of the Year, Hall of Fame player. I mean, there's really nothing you could take away from Jerry West. And like you said, he's the logo of the NBA for a reason. I mean, he's the epitome of what a guard should be in the league. I guess at least back in the day. I know now it's kind of transitioning to like, 6'8", taller guards or whatever. But I mean, like I said, he's a 14-time NBA All-Star for a reason. So
Finals MVP
like,
that lost the finals. Like, come on, man.
that's crazy, dude. That's unheard of. So I mean, but yeah, condolences to him and his family. I mean, he had a hell of a career, so to say the least.
Had a
But I mean,
legendary quote like a year or two ago. He was talking about like every time he goes to talk to some of the young players coming to the league, they're always talking about how they're dogs. And he was like, "Well, I used to tell them if all y'all are dogs, I'm a wolf then, because I eat the dogs." Like he was cold
that's
blooded.
cold.
He was cold blooded.
That's, that's cold. I'm not gonna lie, Jerry. That's cold. I might have to write that one down. That's cold, boy. That's cold.
RP Jerry Rest for sure.
Yeah. Kind of sticking on the basketball scene a little bit. How do you feel about Caitlin Clark being left out of the women's Olympic team, or is it the Olympic team, right? Correct?
U.S. Olympic team.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about that?
Oh, we. All right. First off, I'm gonna say they messed up, but now I'm gonna go back and explain the whole situation. So, U.S. Olympic team had tryouts while Caitlin Clark was still in her college season, so she wasn't able to go out there and like participate in none of the workouts or anything. So that's one reason why they were saying. The second reason, the lady, like the GM of the team, came out and said why they left her off the team. They said there were a lot more people who felt like more complete, more body of work that deserved it more than Caitlin Clark did at the time, which I understand. But I want to use the 1992 Dream Team as like the perfect example here. Christian Laettner played on that team. He went in, won College Player of the Year, back-to-back College Player of the Year, had a whole bunch of hype about him going into the NBA. There were a lot of people who deserved it more than him that could have been on that 1992 Dream Team. Isaiah Thomas, perfect
Mm,
example. However,
mm.
just because of like the hype that he had around him and the buzz that he would bring from being on the team, they were like, you know what? It's the 13th spot on the roster. We have Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, all these other people. We don't need to have like a world beater as our last person on the team. We might as well put someone on the team that's going to get us a good publicity. And Caitlin Clark would have been the same thing for that situation. I mean, the U.S. women's team has won the last 8 gold medals in the Olympics. Like, it's not like they're in threat of losing. So like it's not like they're the men's team who just lost and they got to build some super team to make a point. Y'all have won 8 in a row. Y'all could have put Caitlin Clark on that team. And honestly, I'm gonna say this completely non-biased. I would have probably watched some games if Caitlin Clark was on the team. I'm not watching
Oh,
games now. Like I'm not watching any of the
I'm not
games.
gonna watch any of them, not even like the gold medal game, bro.
Watching those games. If Caitlin Clark
Man,
was on the team, I probably would have watched a solid 4 or 5 of their games. I'm not
I'm
watching
not
any.
gonna, I probably will tune in, like, if they mess around and get to, as long as, the games are a little bit entertaining as far as like closer games, I guess you could say. But I'll probably watch the gold medal game. But if Caitlin Clark was on the team, I probably would watch at least half of every game just to like see them, like just to watch them play and just like watch Caitlin play. Because I mean, like you said, she's just that good. She's that entertaining to watch.
Yeah, she's box office. If you look at
Yeah,
the
box office.
Look at the Fever. Before the season, they were the second worst team in the WNBA. They had 4,000 fans, I think was their average attendance last year. So far this season, their average attendance is at like 19,000 or something like that. They had higher attendance at their game than game one of the finals. It's only because the arena holds more, but still, like, just to put in perspective, they are selling out arenas because Caitlin Clark is in there. They were selling 4,000 tickets a game last year. If you don't put her on that Olympic team, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Wow. That's four times more than what they had, over four times more than what they had.
Teams are
Almost five.
Yeah,
Like,
WNBA
that's
teams are moving
crazy.
their arena to the NBA arenas when Caitlin Clark comes to town because how many people want to buy tickets?
That's insane, bro. And I'm okay. I'm gonna go through the women's roster just so people can know if you haven't heard who's on the roster after this. But it's just funny what Angel Reese said, how she said people been watching the NBA for not just Caitlyn, but for her too. Um, you know,
Cool.
Angel Reese had a really good college career. I mean, she won a championship with LSU. I mean, they actually beat Caitlyn, I'm pretty sure, in that championship. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't even watch that championship game because of Angel Reese. I was definitely watching because of Caitlin Clark, with all due respect. Um, and I mean, Caitlin has been struggling a little bit in the NBA or the WNBA to start. I know the turnovers and everything, but Angel Reese has actually like her shooting percentages is low, to say the least. And it's low for somebody who doesn't take any jump shot or many jump shots, if not three pointers. I don't think she might have taken the three this whole time yeah, she's still shooting like below 30% or something like that from like inside the paint too. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I hope she can step it up and, end up taking her team somewhere. Because I mean, she's playing with Camila Cardoso from South Carolina, so hopefully they can make some shake. But I'm sorry, Angel, but they're definitely we're watching for one person and one person only. At least far as the rookies. I know obviously you got like Kelsey Plum and Asia Wilson and all of them still on there. And speaking of them, I'm just gonna go through the roster real quick for those who don't know who's on the roster. You got, I hope I'm saying name correctly, Nafisa Collier from the Minnesota Lynx, Kalia Cooper from the Mercury, Chelsea Gray from the Aces, Brittany Griner from the Mercury, Sabrina Esquanu from the
That's
Liberty.
that's good.
Uh, yeah, my bad, my bad. Jewel Lloyd from the Seattle Storm, Kelsey Plum from the Aces, Brianna Stewart from the Liberty, Diana Taurasi from the Mercury, Alyssa Thomas from the Sun, Asia Wilson from the Aces, and Jackie Young from the Aces. And if you heard that correctly, yes, I believe that is four four players from the Las Vegas Aces on the women's team. So
Asia
I mean,
Wilson
deserve it.
special. She's special, bro. She's special. She's actually special. She's averaging 28 and 12 and like 30 something minutes a game this year.
You said who is?
Asia Wilson. She's different,
Gee,
bro. She's different. And she's shooting like 60 something percent doing it.
man, that's insane. And like, I hate this. I don't mean to laugh at this at all because it's not funny, but like, just if you've heard the whole story, it's kind of funny. Just talking about the Aces and then Asia Wilson's teammate Kelsey Plum. Did you hear about Darren Waller?
Yeah, his retirement. Do you hear what he said why?
I didn't hear his reasoning why, but
Yes. And he was saying that his zodiac sign, he was doing like research on his zodiac sign. And apparently a part of his sign is like it's hard for his sign to stay focused on like one task. So like they master something and they want to move on to like master the next skill. And he was saying that's kind of how he feels about football. Like he feels like he got everything he could out of football and now he wants to find another passion to master.
he wants to rap.
He didn't
That's
say what it
what he's
was.
been doing.
He was just saying he wants to find something new because he's not like invested in football anymore.
Sounds like he wants to rap because I mean he released a whole song and music video about his divorce with Kelsey Plum. I mean, like I said, I'm not necessarily making fun of the divorce, but it's just like, bro, what are you doing?
That was pain, man.
I just don't think he doesn't want to play with the Giants. I mean, if all due respect, if my quarterback was Daniel Jones, I wouldn't be too happy either. But um, yeah, speaking of the Giants and football and stuff, I know we mentioned talking about bro, I'm blanking. Come me out here.
Jerseys or Jefferson? It's one of those.
Yeah, the Jefferson. I'm sorry. I'm a mind blank real quick. But if you didn't hear, Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings got paid the bank this offseason. Highest paid NFL non-quarterback NFL player in NFL history. I'm gonna put the details real quick. I just want to hear how you feel. I mean, do you think the Vikings overpaid? Do you think he got enough? Do you like how do you think that's going to affect the wide receiver market from here on out?
Not gonna lie, I'm gonna let you go ahead. I got a plane flying over me right now.
It's all right. I mean, just as I pull up the contract details, I mean, he got 4 years, 140 million with 110 guaranteed. And what that's I don't know what that is like per year, but I mean, what? Let's see. 35 million a year, I guess you could say, with the 140. So that's a lot. In the NFL, I know NBA fans out there, you might think, oh, Jordan Poole got 4 years for 140 or whatever, and he's playing on the Washington Wizards or whatever. But in NFL terms, 4 years for 140 is a lot of money, especially to be playing one player, especially when you got 53 guys on a roster and you got 22 starters. I mean, that's a lot of money going towards one player. But if there's any player in the NFL currently who deserves that money, it is Justin Jefferson. I mean, no, he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet or anything. I think they might only have one playoff win, if that. But if you just watch the Vikings play and watch Justin Jefferson play football, he's undoubtedly um, top three, if not number one receiver in the NFL. I mean, you could argue Tyreek Hill, you could argue CeeDee Lamb, you could argue AJ Brown, but I mean, just his skill and his talent and what he can do route running wise, his hands as far as how consistent he is catching the ball, what he can do with the ball after he's caught the ball. I mean, it's just something special to watch for sure. And Minnesota definitely. You said what?
I was about to say, do you think he's the most non-valuable quarterback in the league? Or most
Um,
quarterback in the league?
I don't know about most valuable non-quarterback in the league because I mean there are a lot of other positions in the league where I'm not gonna say a lot, but there are a few other positions in the league that maybe, at least in my personal opinion, a little more valuable than a receiver. I mean, obviously, yes, you need a receiver, a number one receiver, undoubtedly. But I mean, you look at people, okay, obviously before he retired, I mean, Aaron Donald was just dominating offensive lines from the D tackle position. I mean, you look at Myles Garrett, what he's been doing. Even if you look at like cornerbacks, with trying to think, I guess you could argue maybe he hasn't gotten paid yet, but Patrick Surtain is one of those guys that people are talking about as the best cornerback in the league, and you need those type of guys to stop Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, it's hard to say he's the most valuable, but I mean, I think he's definitely a guy that you should value very highly. If you're a GM or owner organization, he needed to get his money undoubtedly. You cannot let somebody like that just walk. Like I mentioned, like guys like him and AJ Brown and like CeeDee Lamb, you can't just, let them go to another team and have the success that they've had. I mean, Justin Jefferson has had, I think he has had the most yards by any player in NFL history in their first 4 seasons. With I want to say like over 5,000 yards in the first 4 seasons, somewhere close to six. And the only player second to that is Randy Moss, who was also drafted by the Vikings. So seems like the Vikings know what to do when it comes to drafting receivers and stuff. But how do you, I mean, again, how do you feel about, them giving him that type of bag? Do you think they should try to, I guess, get that money to try to build more of a team? Or like, how do you feel about paying players that type of money?
No, I mean, in that situation, I feel like they had to pay him just because you just drafted JJ. And honestly, I feel like the only reason they took JJ at that position was so that Jefferson would be like, okay, y'all got a first round pick at quarterback. I'll try to make it work. Otherwise, you probably take another position at quarterback or at the first round pick. So I feel like they had to give him a bag. They really didn't have a choice after drafting JJ to pay him whatever he was asking. So they made the right choice. Made the right choice for sure.
Agree. And then think about it. I mean, they drafted Jordan Addison out of USC last year, Southern Cal. So I mean, if Justin Jefferson can be a mentor to Jordan Addison, who had a great rookie year, honestly, I mean, that could be arguably one of the best receiver duos eventually in the NFL. I know you got AJ and Devontae Smith right now, and Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk out in the 49ers. But I mean,
I mean,
between Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, you could have a lethal duo for sure. And then you add TJ Hawkinson and Aaron Jones in the backfield with that group. I mean, they might make some shake this year.
they could. I don't know. I don't think their defense is going to hold up to make something shake, but they'll be solid team. They'll be a solid team.
I don't think so. I mean, they got rid of Daniil Hunter, so I mean, who was arguably probably their best player on defense. So, but
JJ
yeah,
JJ will get there, but as a rookie, he won't be able to like win them games. He'll be able to like make the plays and get them in positions, but there'll be times where he's gonna have to like win them games. And he won't be ready for that yet.
yeah, I agree. I mean, and like you said, I think you need a defense to help keep you in the game when you have a young quarterback like that. So, I mean, hopefully he can get to the point where he can go win them games, but like I said, we'll see how they do. They got a tough division. They up there with the Packers, and he'll be going up against fellow rookie quarterback Caleb Williams in Chicago and second year starter Jordan Love. So I mean, it's that NFC North is going to be a very interesting battle to say the least.
Will be. Speaking of the Vikings and everything that's going on, they recently dropped some new uniforms, the all white with the white helmets and the purple drop. I want to ask you, you think their all white looks better than the Bengals all white?
Hmm. Hmm. Whew. That's a tough question, bro. Because I mean, sheesh.
The all white is cold, but the Vikings one look nice too.
They do look very nice. I think the accents on the Bengals is a little better just because they got like the black stripes on their helmet and stuff like that. Whereas the Vikings might could have put purple in there just a little more. I might have wanted to see like maybe the Vikings, like the name right here, Vikings is all white. Maybe if they could have put like purple outline on it at least or something. Maybe it would have like made it pop a little more. But ugh. I'm gonna have to wait and see how the Vikings looks on screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock with the Bengals right now. But I mean, they both cold, like you said though. They both cold.
But hey, we know what y'all want to hear us talk about. The NBA Finals is going on right now, and the Celtics are off to a 2-0 lead. I don't want to say it's mainly because of one person, but it's mainly because of Kyrie Irving, and we'll get into that today. I mean, man, I know I dropped a prediction on our live stream last week that the Mavericks going to at least win one of the games in Boston. One, I didn't expect Kyrie Irving. I didn't expect him to look like amazing and be Finals MVP, but I didn't expect him to be averaging under 20 points a game. And then two, nobody, the Mavericks. I mean, I guess you want to be secretive about this, but nobody really opened up to how bad Luka's injuries were. Like, I didn't know he was getting numbing injections for his chest injury and stuff like that. Like, that's a serious issue, it sounds like. But I'll let you get into it first. What are your thoughts on Kyrie Irving and his first two game one and game two performances in Boston?
Well, ever since Kyrie left Boston, some years ago,
That
uh,
tell him the stats.
bro, I mean, I think he might have won since he left. I mean, he might have won one game, maybe,
Oh,
maybe.
he's 0-12 since he left. He
I thought it was 0 and 12. I thought it was 0 and 12 in the last 12 games. He didn't win one game.
hasn't beat them since he left.
So so that game he stomped on the logo. That was before the game or something.
For the game, those warm-ups. He dropped, he did have like 37 or 40 or something like that game, but they lost on a buzzer beater. That's when
Bro,
Marcus
I'm not gonna
popped off.
lie.
Tatum did the little spin around layup game.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought that game he stopped on the logo. I thought they won that game, and since then he's been 0 for 12. But thanks for the correction. Members, Kyrie Irving has not beaten the Boston Celtics since he's left Boston. That includes home and away games against the while he's playing with the Nets and the Mavericks now. So that means he didn't beat them when it was him, KD, and Harden. He hasn't beat them when it's been him and Luca. I mean, like, and it's not like he's like, playing well and he just doesn't have help. Like, bro has been playing bad, like god awful against the Celtics since he left. And I mean, if you don't know the reason why he left, well, not to say the reason, but part of the reason why he left is because he didn't show up against the Bucks in that series when the Celtics played them some years ago in the playoffs. He shot like 16 for 64 from the field that game, and just the fans just hated him for it because if he showed up then, they probably would have beaten the Bucks and possibly made the finals that year as well. But I mean, in game one, he shot 6 for 19 from the field, 0 for 5 from three, finished with 12 points in 37 minutes. Like, if you've seen Kyrie play, even when he was on the Cavs, it's just like, or even this regular season, if you've seen Kyrie play, that's just that's just not, and that's not acceptable, and that's not who he's been at all. And then, like you said, maybe he could pop up for one game, maybe show up for one game or whatever in Boston. But then in game two, he shot 7 for 18, 0 for 3 from three, has 16 points, and played 41 minutes. Whereas his teammate Luca is averaging 30 points, I think, so far this series. He had 30 in the first game, had 32 last game. Hit 32, 11, and 11 actually last game, to be precise. But outside of just Kyrie, honestly, like, I mean, PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr. aren't necessarily helping the best. I mean, them two combined shot 1 for 8 from three last game. PJ was 1 for 5. Derrick Jones was 0 for 3. But like you and I were talking about last night, I mean, PJ still ended up with 17 points, which I feel like, especially in your first appearance in the finals as a role player, I mean, you could definitely ask for more maybe, but I feel like 17 should be enough to maybe get the job done. But I mean, it's looking like Luca. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have any help because he has the players to help him, but they're just not showing up. I'll say it like that. He has the help, but they're not helping at all.
I'll speak on PJ, kind of what you were saying. The 17 points is definitely enough, but it's kind of how he gets the 17 that's affecting it. If you go 1 for 5 from three as PJ, the reason you're out there is to space the floor for Luka and Kyrie. And if you're not hitting threes, it's kind of like, all right, you're getting points, but it's not like you're helping our guys get any easier looks out there. And then two, I still feel like PJ got fouled at the end of the game. Like, he had a good game, and I feel like he got fouled on that dunk attempt at the end of the game, and that could have changed a lot of things. That would have made it what, a 2 3 point game if he would have made that or got fouled and made the free throws.
Yeah, if he got fouled, made three toes, would have made it a 2 point game, I believe.
Like that,
2 or 3, like you said.
all it takes is a step back three from Luca at that point. Like, who knows where we're at right now?
Yeah, but then again, like you said, maybe if he's hitting his threes like he was last series or against the Clippers, then maybe you wouldn't have to necessarily need that foul to get called there. Like maybe you be up and you can get back and play some defense or whatever the case may be. But it's funny how you said last night when we were talking on the phone, how would you say the ref said maybe if he went up stronger, they would have called a foul.
Yeah, they wanted to see him go towards the rim with like more. I don't know. I guess just go up stronger. I'm not
But
really
how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about the refs coming out and saying like, oh, he needed to go up stronger or he needed to, attack the rim more aggressively? Like, how do you
think
feel
they were
about
saying like he was like shying away from the contact, and if he would have went like more direct towards the rim, that he would have got more contact and enough for it to be not marginal. So I guess if that's what they were saying, okay. But I feel like a hand in your back while you're going up for a dunk is no matter how slight it looks, like when you're actually in that moment, it affects you a lot. Like as a wide receiver, you probably are like as a DB, you know this. Like if you push a wide receiver while they're in the air, like it's gonna throw them off way more than it looks like the like slight bump is doing. So if you push them
facts?
while they're in the air, it's easy to just get their momentum going.
And realistically, he got fouled twice in that one possession. He got fouled by Jalen Brown get pushed in the back. And I'm sorry, Derek White did not get ball. I mean, he didn't get ball at first, at least. He definitely hit his forearm and then the ball. So, but I mean, like I said, if you end up showing up earlier in that game, maybe hit at least one or two more threes or just play more efficiently, maybe you don't necessarily need the foul call there anyway. So, I mean, yes, it's a bad missed call, but I'm not gonna sit here and blame the refs, I guess, for that game, like some Mavs fans may be doing.
For sure. But I feel like the tide could be turning in their favor. I want to ask you about this. Kristaps Porzingis recently got diagnosed with I'm not even going to try to read the full injury, but it's a very sophisticated lower leg injury that he got diagnosed with, and they said he's day to day. If he isn't available for the rest of the series or just doesn't look nowhere near the same the rest of the series, is this going to be the moment that we look back on in a week or two and we're like, dang, that changed the series and that's where everything flipped for the Mavericks? Do you feel like that's going to be the case or it's going to be like, it doesn't really matter? They're going to be fine.
Honestly, no, I don't think it's gonna affect anything too much. And that's not taking anything away from Kristaps because he's been playing really well, especially that first game. He played lights out. I mean, bro was out there hooping like the
That was
Kristaps that we were expecting Tim when he first got drafted. But I think what the real problem is in this series, at least for the Mavericks, is the Celtics defense, which I think is going not necessarily unnoticed, but I think it's going kind of under the radar a little bit. Because like yes, the Mavs are shooting bad, but they're shooting bad for a reason, and it's because the Celtics defense is just suffocating. I mean, they can switch 1 through 5, and I mean, it's not like Gafford or Lively can really space the floor like that, anyways. So, I mean, I think Drew Holiday and Derek White are giving they're not giving necessarily giving Luca too hard of a time, but I mean they're attacking him on offense. I will say that. They're making Luca work a lot on defense, and then him being injured isn't helping that at all. But I mean, they're making Kyrie work, they're making PJ and Derek Jones work, and it's just I think the Mavs average I'm just going to throw out a number out there. I saw a stat. I think they average like let's say 116 points per game in the playoffs, whereas I think they're averaging 102 or like yeah 102, so like low hundreds in this series. So I mean that's you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean Boston has been playing stellar defense. I mean Jalen Brown's averaging 3 steals a game. I mean Derek White and Drew Holiday. I mean like I said, two guards who made all NBA defensive second team. They're moving their feet. I mean, they're doing everything they can to try to get this finals win. And I mean, I don't blame them at all. They were in it 2 years ago. I guess without Kristaps. So I feel like they have the confidence and they know what they need to do to get it done. But I will say it'll be interesting to see how the game goes in Dallas tonight. The role players for Dallas should play a lot better at home, like PJ and Derek and all them. And then it'll be interesting to see how Kyrie plays at home as well. Some people think he's playing bad because it's in Boston. Like I said before, he hasn't beat Boston home or away since he's left Boston. So I don't know. I think if he does show up, they definitely have a better chance of winning. But will he show up is the biggest question in my opinion. Because I think at this point, at first I thought it was like the fans affecting him and like just playing in the garden. But I think it's just the Celtics in general, the fans, the players. I think they have a good game plan as far as how to guard him and just get in his head and stuff. So I don't know, man. If they go down 3-0 tonight, it's not looking good for them.
Back to that defensive point you were making about the Celtics. I honestly feel quite opposite about what you were saying. They're doing a really good job being active on the ball, but I don't think they're guarding shooters well at all for the Mavericks. I see the Mavericks missing a lot of open threes and a lot of threes that they hit in all the other series all season long. Like I've seen Kyrie miss 5 wide open threes in the 2 games already. I've seen PJ Washington miss like 4 wide open threes. I've seen Josh Green miss 3 wide open threes last game. Like they're missing shots with nobody within 5, 6 feet of them. So I
But
don't
then, go ahead, my bad.
I don't want to say that the Celtics are necessarily doing a good job at that. I know that's also their game plan to give up open threes, but like the Mavericks are just missing wide open threes right now, I feel like.
They are. But I guess outside of Kyrie, the guys you mentioned have never been on this stage before, never even come close before the season started. Like PJ hasn't even, I think he might have played in the playoff once with Charlotte some years ago. I don't know if he was on that playoff team where he played the Heat or not. I don't think he was low key. But he hasn't been in this stage before. Derek Jones Jr., the closest he might have gotten was maybe the Eastern Conference Finals. Or the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe the finals with the Heat. I don't know if I can't remember if he was on that Heat team in the bubble or not. I think he might have been. But still, it's just I feel like for those guys, expecting them to hit open threes in the garden,
Not asking
um,
in the open threes, not asking a lot. If you were say
bro,
if I was saying they need to hit like the contested threes, I'm not saying PJ has to do what he's been doing all playoffs, but you got to hit the wide open threes for me.
I mean, yes, as an NBA player, you do, but asking them to hit it in the garden, bro, like on the road in the biggest stage that you could possibly be in the NBA,
The open three
like
in the finals, so
you said
that's
what?
if he can't hit an open three, then they can't win the finals. That's what it is. That's not
Exactly,
asking.
and I feel like that's why the Celtics are okay with him shooting them.
You realistically think that's asking too much of him? If so, he does not deserve to be a starter on a conference like Eastern Conference
That's what
Finals.
I'm saying. I don't think it's asking too much. And like we had this conversation last night. I don't necessarily think it's asking too much, but when your second star player or one-year star player isn't performing well either, it's definitely going to take a toll on you as well. Like dang, like Kyrie not playing well. Like I gotta try to step up, or just mentally, it's like, oh shoot, like Kyrie not playing well. We're not in a good position. Like I hope I make this shot. Whereas if Kyrie is playing how Kyrie's supposed to play, that's going to give the other role players confidence to be like, okay, like, we got this. We're in this game. Like, let me knock this down real quick. Bang, let's get back. So I don't know. Hopefully, like I said, not necessarily hopefully, but I mean, we're going to see how they play at home. Maybe
They'll play good. The
we're going
role
to see.
players will show up tonight. I don't know what Kyrie will do, but the role players will show up. They'll shoot it. They'll shoot it well. They've probably been in the gym the last few days. I really feel like they weren't as focused as they needed to be going into those first 2 games. They're kind of like, all right, we're here. Let's see what it's like. I don't think PJ Washington was there like how Kat was saying, I'm shooting 1,300 shots a day. Like, if you're going to the finals, you need to be shooting 500 to 800 makes a day. Like, I feel like PJ was kind of going through the motions. Like, I've been shooting well all playoffs, and now it's like a whole different ball game for him. So,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole different ball game because it's the biggest stage you can play on in the NBA. I mean, yes,
oh,
he's been
pure,
playing in the playoffs.
pure prep, pure prep.
Yes, he's been playing in the playoffs or whatever. And I mean, but like I said, it's different playing in the first or second round or even the conference finals than it is in the NBA finals. Like this is it, bro. Like you either win or you go home or you don't. Like,
No,
you
that's what
either
I'm
get
saying.
the
He
ring
needs
or
to
the
up the
trophy or you
level of
don't.
preparation for this.
Yeah, yeah, true. But then again, I mean, part of that, yes, I agree with. But then again, I think it also has to do a lot with just being able to feed off the energy of your star players. Because I mean, you think of like
Beat off Luca. Luca had y'all in the last game. What do you mean? You could have fed off that. Y'all had a
yeah,
chance.
I'm talking about Kyrie. Like we're talking about Kyrie though. Like Kyrie
I
not
understand
showing.
that, but that he's your second option. First of all, your top dog is on go. He's going. You're supposed to follow your alpha. Number one. Number two, y'all had a chance to win the last games. Like I don't want to hear my second best player is not playing well. Oh, I'm messing up. No, y'all have a chance to win this game. Forget what everybody else is doing. Focus on your role. That's what good role players do in moments like that. Like the Warriors role players in those moments focused on their roles. Kevon Looney
Yeah, but
got his 20 boards and 5 points. Like he focused on his
yeah, but
mistake,
bro,
guard, and hit a corner three. That's your role. You don't need to try to do too much.
think about okay. You bring up Kevon Looney on the Warriors team, bro. Steph was playing out of his mind. You said it your last night. Jordan Poole was playing great in that series, or even back in the day. I mean, Sean Livingston, like Steph and Clay and Draymond are going to play good in the finals regardless, and that helps.
Good.
Huh?
Draymond was playing good. Weren't we
I'm
talking about
saying back in the day. Back in the day. We're talking about back in the day.
2022 finals? Weren't they saying he needs to get benched?
Yeah, I was saying that, but like that's saying that's when you had people like I'm saying that's when you had Jordan Poole as a second option playing well, averaging 20, 21 points per game, which helped people, or even Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins was low key the second option, low key in that game, or just the second best player in that series.
Stepped up. The Mavericks need someone to step up.
Kyrie needs to
Yeah,
step up.
but role players still need to step up.
And that's what I'm saying though. You look at like those Warriors team, or even like the Nuggets when they won last year. Jokic and Murray had great series. They played great the entire series, which helps people like Bruce
They were
Brown.
they were the better team, so I would just
They
give
were, but I'm saying still, that doesn't.
have the role players step up.
Okay, all right. I'll bring up an example of the. Okay, hold on. Toronto Raptors 2019. They had a Kawhi Leonard who had been in the finals before, and I don't think outside of him anybody else in their roster was. And their second option, I guess you could either second or third was either Van Vliet or Siakam. And Siakam stepped up and dropped 40 something in
Like
game one.
6 Hall of Famers on it. You know that, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Mark Gasol, Defensive Player of the Year Hall of Famer. Pascal
I'm talking
Siakam.
about in the finals. The finals.
He was Mark Gasol was on that team.
I mean, had he been in the finals though, so I'm saying, like, had he had experience in the finals?
Dude, he's a 15-year NBA veteran that's played in conference finals against Kobe Bryant. Like he was.
The finals, bro. The finals.
I'm
Has he
just
played in the
sorry.
finals?
Also, I want to name that roster so you understand how elite that roster was compared to these guys. Like these are Hall of Famers. Obviously, a Hall of Famer can play a role in comparison to a PJ Washington. Mark Gasol is a Hall of Famer. Kyle Lowry is going to be a Hall of Famer. Fred VanVleet is going to have a wonderful career. You had Pascal Siakam is going to be a Hall of Famer. Kawhi Leonard is going to be a Hall of Famer. Danny Green had multiple championships. He was on that team. Like he'd been to the finals. They had
I'm saying, okay,
a ton
you're
of.
naming those players, right? And all those players stepped up, which helped the other role players like Siakam, who ended up dropping 40, and Van Vliet, who was shooting lights out that game. When you have your star players playing how they're supposed to be playing, it's going to help your other players step up too. That's what I'm saying. If Kyrie can step up and play how Kyrie is playing, that's going to give a confidence boost to the rest of the team, which is why I feel like they're playing like garbage right now.
Nah, I think Kyrie's playing bad, but I think the other people playing bad is their own individual faults. I can't say they're playing bad because
You're
Kyrie's.
saying that because you don't like PJ Washington.
I said the other individuals. Josh Green's playing bad. Derek Lively's playing bad. Daniel Gafford's playing bad. He played good in game two, but game one he played bad. Whatever.
Okay, like we talked,
like I'm naming multiple people that are playing bad. TJ's
bro,
playing
but you also, bro, we can't. I mean, Derek Lively isn't playing the best, but we can't give Ant the excuse of him being young or whatever when Derek Lively is literally a rookie. So, I mean, I don't know how much you can expect from a rookie in the NBA Finals, a starting rookie
I'm
in the
not
NBA.
expecting. I'm not. It's different though. I'm expecting Anthony Edwards to carry my team and be the star player. I'm expecting Derek Lively to set screens, roll to the basket, and not truck somebody.
It doesn't mean there's just a lot of pressure on you,
That much
bro.
to ask? Is that much?
Bro, it
I
doesn't
could
mean
find
there's
people
not
in
a
the
lot of
Clemson
pressure on you,
rec.
bro.
I could go find people in the Clemson rec that are smart enough to set a screen and roll without trucking somebody.
Bro. All
Promise.
right. If it was that easy, then NBA would have a lot more teams and a lot more people in the league, and it would be a lot easier to get to the league if it was that easy, bro. And
I mean, you gotta be
it's not
7 feet.
hard.
That's like 1% of the world. That's his height. So it's obviously not easy to be that height, no. But if everybody in the world was the same height as Derek Lively, there would be thousands of people with smarter, intelligent minds that could set a screen, roll to the front of the basket without trucking somebody.
Let me ask you this, bro. You telling me on some of the biggest you played in AAU tournaments, you played in playoffs at Charlotte Christian. You telling me you haven't made a mental mistake while playing on some big games?
You make mental mistakes, but he's
All
made
right.
no, 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 no. He's made mental mistakes over and over and over. Like he does multiple things a game, back to back to back. So it's not like he does one thing and then it's fine. Like he's getting 6 fouls in 7 minutes of play. Like how is that even?
Again,
That's being
he's a
undisciplined.
rookie going up against a veteran in Al Horford, and a veteran player. And you want to talk about veteran players like Mark Gasol? Is Al Horford not a veteran player as well?
Dude, Christian Brown was a rookie last year. He didn't look stupid out there, did he? No. Like you're
But again, that's also playing
being
into the fact
harassed.
that
He didn't
bro.
look
That's all.
stupid though. I'm just saying, don't
That's
look.
also playing into the fact that Jamal and Jokic was playing well, so you don't
Oh,
have.
it's because he has a brain between his ears and he uses it on the court. Derek Lively just runs around with energy. I
So
promise you
you're telling me you're
this.
okay? Let me ask you this: before this series started, was Derek Lively playing not smart this whole season in the playoffs?
Derek Lively, this whole NBA season has made mental errors when you watch him play. He literally looks like Rudy Gobert, but a rookie version out there. That's what he looks
I mean,
like.
I mean, shoot, Rudy Gobert is 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, so
What
that's
do
how
we say
Derek.
every time in the playoffs? Rudy Gobert is fraudulent. He gets exposed.
I
So
mean, yeah,
hey, there we go.
but then again, like I said, bro is what Derek Lively's like what 19 years old.
I hear you. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's not going to be good in the future, but he really needs to focus on what's between his ears to take the next step in his career.
If you think Kyrie, go okay, has Kyrie made mental mistakes in this series? You think?
Kyrie is inside of his own head. I'll say
Okay,
that.
but has Kyrie made mental mistakes? Yes or no?
Kyrie is inside of his own head.
Yes or no? Is yes or no?
Every player on both teams has made mental mistakes this series. Like what?
Yes or no?
Every player on both teams has made mental mistakes. So
Okay, so if Kyrie has made mental mistakes and Kyrie has been on the stage before with some of the best player, if not the best player to ever play the game of basketball, LeBron James, and they both dropped 40 to keep them in the series, and then Kyrie ended up hitting arguably the game-winning shot to beat the Warriors, arguably one of the best teams in NBA history after going down 3-1. You're telling me that same player is making mental mistakes in the finals, but a 19-year-old rookie, we're gonna give him shit for making the same mental or not the same, but
not
for
the same.
making mental
That's
mistakes
what
as
I'm saying.
well.
Kyrie is pressing, trying to score. Like he's carrying a much larger load. Derek Lively has no. He doesn't have a big load to carry. He has to set screen.
He's a starting rookie in the NBA
Doesn't
Finals. That
start.
is a lot
Doesn't
of
even
pressure.
start. He comes off the bench and he's fouling out. Like, what are you doing? Be disciplined. He has a way less role, way less pressure. He has the most simple role of any player you could ask for in a situation like this.
I don't think it's simple playing in the NBA Finals, bro.
I'm saying he has the most simple role out of anyone you could ask for. Does he not?
No, you
Who has the
who's the
most simple
like
role in the Mavericks then?
who Josh Green, bro?
Josh
Who
Green
is
has to hit
Green?
threes. Derek Lively doesn't even have to do that. He doesn't have to do anything
Because
on
he's not a
top.
3-point shooter, but he has to battle Al Horford in the paint all game. And Kristaps,
Josh Green guards Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum.
bro,
I'm talking
for
about
how long? For how long? For
the
how
same
long?
amount of time that Derek Lively's in the game. The same amount of time.
Bro, no, no.
Derek
How old is Josh Green? How old is Josh Green?
like 3 or 4 years older than
He's
Lively.
23. He's 23. And Derek Lively is 19.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm saying like I
By
don't
the way,
understand.
Lively's role is the most simple role you could ask for of a player in the basketball situation.
So it's simple going up against Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis, two of the best front court players in the NBA. That's simple.
Dude, I'm not talking about his defensive tasks. What is his role, Christian? What is his
His role is to play defense against them too, is it not? That's part of his role.
yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so how is that
Is
simple?
his role not the simplest out of everybody on the Mavericks? Out of
No, no, no.
actually insane. If you think someone has a more simpler role than Derek
Tim
Lively.
Hardaway's played 8 minutes. Is his role not simple?
Tim Hardaway doesn't have a role in this series at all. He played eight
He's played
minutes
8 minutes. He's
because they
played. He
got
got playing
killed in
time,
game
right?
one. Because they got killed in game one. That's the only reason he
I'm
played eight.
looking at game, bro. Bro, Tim Hardaway. Okay, Dwight Powell. Is his role not simple too as well?
It is.
Max Kleber. Is his role not simple?
Max Kleber has to hit shots for them, so it's a little bit more complicated. Derek Lively doesn't have to do anything on offense but dunk the ball, Christian. That's all he does. Dunk the ball and set screens. They're not asking him to hit a post hook. They're not asking him to hit a mid range. They're not asking him to even hit free throws. Dunk
You're
the
talking
ball.
about offense. You got to talk about the complete game, bro. Like he has to play defense against Kristaps Porzingis, bro. Like
A
the
hurt
same
Kristaps
Kristaps
Porzingis
Porzingis,
and a 37-year-old Al Horford.
and a 37-year-old Al Horford who's been in this stage before, who's a veteran. He knows how to win in these situations. And like you said, Kristaps Porzingis, who even you said it yourself, stretches the floor better than almost any big man in the NBA. You cannot tell me that's a simple role.
It's the simplest role on the team. There's obviously nothing that's going to be simple for anybody, but he has the
I don't
easiest
think
role out of everybody on the Mavericks. That I do know. Out of everybody on the Mavericks, that
it's,
actually,
it's, it's him and Daniel Gafford's role not the same.
it is the same. It is the
So
same.
they both have those people.
Gafford's performing way better.
Okay, Gafford's also more experienced.
Okay, he's performing way better. Is all I'm saying.
Oh gosh. All right, man. You got it. I don't know. I don't know how that could be the
how Derek
simplest
Lively
role on the team by coming in as a rookie and asking to guard probably one of the best big men in the league. I don't know if that's the simplest role you could have, but I mean, I guess.
because it just is in the situation they're in against the team they're playing in. That's what it is. That's really what it
So
is.
it's simple to guard Kristaps Porzingis. It's just
Not
simple.
with the guard Kristaps Porzingis, no, but he has the easiest role in the Dallas Mavericks. Yes,
I disagree with you there, but you got it, man. You got it. If it's that, I don't know, man. If it's that simple, then you can just plug in anybody at Derek Lively's position, and they can
well,
just be out there. If it's that simple, you can just plug in anybody who's a big man in the league, and they can go out there and perform the same, if not better than Derek Lively.
I mean, any big man with Derek Lively's build in the league could, yes, perform what Derek Lively's doing. You could name anyone in the league with the same build as Derek Lively, and they could do what he's doing so far in game 1 and 2. Anyone, anyone. Big
Anyone is crazy.
Biombo could do what he's doing in game 1 and 2.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo can do what Derek Lively's doing.
6'6", so no.
All right, bro.
I said Bismack Biombo.
That I disagree there.
I mean,
You
Derek
want to talk
Lively
about
hasn't
you
done
want to talk about old players. You
Derek
want to talk about
Lively
old
done.
players.
What has he done though? Like, what
What
has
has Bismarck done in the past 5-6
That's what I'm
years?
saying. Derek Lively hasn't done anything. So it's not like Bismack has to go out there and do anything. He's just going to be running up and down the court. Anybody can do that. Any 7-footer can run up and down the court. And that's what Derek Lively's doing right now. Running up and down the court.
They
Just
don't need him on the court, I guess, bro. They can just put in literally anybody else on the roster who's close to his size. So don't even play Derek Lively at this point, what you're saying. Just don't even play him.
He needs to learn how to play in this moment. So you have to play him, but he's not ready for
The moment is just too big, bro. The moment is too big.
Yeah, the moment is too big for him, but it shouldn't be, is what I'm saying. The moment does
Why
not,
should it not be? Why should it not be too big?
because he's making mental errors. It's not like they're asking him to hit post hooks. Like,
Because the moment is too big, bro. You're asking a 19-year-old rookie to go out there.
there's been a lot of rookies on championship teams that have been able to play a simple role, is all I'm saying.
Okay, like who? Name him. Name him.
Christian Brown.
Bro, that's not the same role as what
His
you
role
Derek
was the
Lively.
same last year. Come in, play hard, and guard. That was his
No,
role.
no. You did not say Derek Lively's role was to come in, play hard, and guard. You said his role was to set screens,
And
dunk,
roll to the basket.
defense,
Set
and
screens
play,
and roll hard to the basket.
defense. Be the best front. Who was Christian Brown guarding last year in the finals? Tell me.
Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
No, he
Butler.
was not. No,
Jimmy
he was
Butler.
not.
When
No,
he
he
came
was
in the
not.
game, he was
No,
guarding
he was
Jimmy
not.
Butler.
No, he was not. Bro, no, he was not.
He was guarding Jimmy Butler.
They did not put Christian Brown on Jimmy Butler, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. They might put Bruce Brown. They might have put Bruce Brown on Jimmy.
Jimmy
Christian
Butler.
Brown did not guard Jimmy Butler. Seth, hell no.
Okay.
No. No, he did not.
FGP members, if y'all watch the finals or if y'all want to go back, go ahead and say what you want in the comments, because I know for a fact that he did. So I'm cool with it. But we can move on. What's the prediction for game 3 tonight? Come on, man. What's the prediction for game 3 tonight?
I needed a breather, man, because holy wow.
All right, I'm gonna drop mine because we're almost at an hour, fellas. But I got the Mavericks winning tonight. I think the role players show up. I think Luka looks good. I think the Mavericks pull it out. I think it's gonna be a close game. Like, I think the Mavericks might have to win on a buzzer beater even. I don't think they're gonna be able to blow out the Celtics in any of these games, but I think the Mavericks will get it done, and I feel like Kristaps Porzingis might either sit out or get injured or something tonight. So we'll see.
Honestly, after that, I hope the only players who show up tonight are Luka Doncic and Derek Lively, and I hope the Mavericks still lose. So I got the Celtics taking game 3.
All right, man. Well, FGP, that's probably about all we got for today, man. It's been an extended episode. We got Josech in Spain. So we wanted to kind of make up for last week, but we appreciate y'all. Obviously, the last 20 minutes got heated. But definitely let me know if y'all think Derek Lively's role is pretty simple for a rookie, or if it's too big of a role to ask for a rookie to do what they're asking him to do. Just let us know what you think. That's all.
Because I mean, I know for a fact you put rookies in the NBA Finals having to do what he has to do. I don't think it's necessarily that easy to do. I mean, no, he's not guarding Tatum or Brown, but it's still not a simple task. But
not simple.
Hey,
it's not simple. I agree with you. It's not simple.
You said it's the simplest.
Yeah, he has the easiest role on their team. But nothing about winning the NBA Finals is going to be easy or simple.
You're right, man. At the end of the day, Kyrie Irving needs to step up, or else the Mavericks are going to get swept.
You know, Kyrie,
That's that's
80%,
the last thing.
80% of the blame on what they're doing is on Kyrie. And then
85, 85,
sure,
90,
85. The role
90,
players are the other portion.
90. Shoot. But nah, yeah, like you said, I hope y'all enjoy watching the game tonight. Don't forget to miss it. I believe it's at 8:30 tonight on ABC. So don't forget to tune into that. Dallas is just real quick. I just looked at it. Dallas is favored by 2.5.
Yeah, it
I don't
was
know.
1.5. And then when the Kristaps Porzingis line came out or injury came out, it moved to 2.5.
Hmm. Interesting, interesting. So, I mean, maybe they can get it done at home, make this series a little more interesting. Because I really don't want to see them go down 3-0. I would like to see them put up a little bit of a fight. But, with everything that's going on, who knows what's going to happen. If Kyrie shows up, I think they'll win. But, man, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Like I said, you got the Mavs, I got the Celtics. But until next time, FGP, we will
Hold
catch you.
I want to let
But
y'all know I will be at the U.S. Open this weekend. I'll be getting some content of Tiger Woods, DeChambeau, whoever y'all want to see out there. Scotty Scheffler, just fresh off the arrest. Everybody you want to see at Pinehurst at the 100 and maybe like 24th, I think, U.S. Open this is. We'll be out there.
wow. What just real quick, do you know when's the last time it was in North Carolina or anything like that, the US Open?
Pinehurst in 2014, and the winner was 10 under, and after that, the next closest person was -2. So like Pinehurst on average plays as the hardest U.S. Open course in like history. So it's going to be tough for the golfers out there.
You believe I know you and JC sent the fact that Tiger Woods shot like 29 on the first half. Do
That
you
wasn't
believe that?
that wasn't real. Yeah, no, that wasn't real. That was
Man, if he does come out and mess around and
because he said
shoot.
Tiger quote unquote said it's playing how the 2000 U.S. Open played there, and the winner that year was like even. So they didn't have anybody go under par that year, which is completely out the normal. Just to put that in perspective, the winner of there's 4 major championships in golf, and those are like the hardest tournaments of the year. This year, the winner of the Masters won at like 11 under. The winner of the PGA Championship won at 20 under, and they're saying this one's going to be around 1 under, maybe 2 under. That
Time
just
out. Did you just say the winner of what was 20 under?
PGA Championship was 20 under.
20 under?
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
wait.
So
Good.
this course compared to how that course plays is going to be night and day.
That's disgusting. I don't think I've ever heard of someone. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before, but goodness, in my time of knowing golf or just hearing about golf, 20 under is wild.
It was special. It was a lot of people down, like low scores that week. I think second place was like 19 under. So
Jeez, man, there's some special players out there.
it is, it is. But we'll get that content for you. But like Josech was saying, appreciate the support and everything from Spain all the way back to Greenville, North Carolina or South Carolina. Greenville,
Get your Greenvilles right. I don't know why there's two, but get your Greenvilles right, man.
honestly. But shout out to all the FGP members, and until next time, deuces.
Deuces.